So you're starting over in the world of dating. Fun, right? It's kind of like being handed a blank book, a journal, and a pen, only to realize the pen is out of ink and you're not even sure if you remember how to write. Maybe you've just come out of a divorce, a breakup, or you're dusting off your dating profile after decades. But here's the thing, starting over doesn't have to feel like detention. It's more like hitting the refresh button on your love life with the chance to do things your way this time. And hey, I promise, it's not all awkward small talk and questionable profile pictures. If you're ready to dive back in or just laugh about it for a little while, I hope you'll stick around because that's what's on the agenda. First things first, if you're single, own it. And by own it, I don't mean wear a t-shirt that says proudly single since 2021. I mean, really, embrace this moment in your life. Think of it this time as a gift, a chance to reconnect with yourself and do life on your own terms. Just ask yourself, who are you when you're not part of a couple? Or as you begin this new journey? What lights you up? What makes you laugh? Spend time exploring those things, whether it's rediscovering a hobby you set aside years ago, learning something new, or just figuring out how to sit in the quiet with your own thoughts without immediately grabbing your phone. Why does this matter? Because confidence is magnetic. People are drawn to people who seem comfortable in their own skin, and nothing builds confidence like enjoying your own company. So instead of treating this phase like some sort of dating purgatory, treat it like a training ground. Get to know yourself, love yourself, because if you don't like being around you, why should anyone else want to? Let's get one thing out of the way here. The dating world you left behind may no longer exist. If the last time you dated, people met at Blockbuster or wrote their phone numbers on napkins, I've got news for you. It's a whole new ballgame. Online dating isn't just a thing, it's the thing. Apps like Bumble, Match, and eHarmony are the modern equivalent of meeting at the neighborhood barbecue. 40% of people meet their partner this way. So if the idea of creating a profile makes you break out in hives, there is some good news. It's just a tool. You can use it to meet people, but it doesn't have to be your only method. It shouldn't be. You need to go to events and join groups where you'll meet people. I've heard of people finding love at dog parks, salsa classes, waiting in line at Costco. If they're buying bulk chicken nuggets, that's probably a red flag. The key is to find balance. Use the apps, sure, but don't forget to live your life, meet people in the wild. Sometimes the best connections happen when you're looking, but least expect it. Here's the great thing about starting over. You've got a life experience now. You've been through relationships, you've seen what works, what doesn't, and you've learned an awful lot about yourself along the way, I'm sure. Use that knowledge. Take some time to reflect on what you really, truly want in a partner. Write it down. Seriously, make a list. What are your must-haves, your deal breakers? Be specific. Maybe you need someone who shares your sense of humor, the same type of movies. It has to be. Their family values align with yours, and they cannot be allergic to cats. But there is a twist. Don't get stuck on surface level stuff. Sure, tall, dark, and handsome sounds great, but does it really matter if they're thoughtful, kind, and reliable? Focus on values and compatibility over aesthetics. Thanks for allowing me to take a quick moment here. I want to talk about something important and hopefully offer some help. As women, our bodies change over time due to things like aging, menopause, or even childbirth. All these changes can affect our sexual health. That's where our partner, Tabu, comes in. They've partnered with gynecologists, urologists, and pelvic floor specialists to create products that address these common issues like dryness, low libido, fear of sneezing, and even discomfort. Their Golden Hour kit makes sexual health a natural part of our self-care because looking after ourselves doesn't stop with skincare or fitness. What makes Tabu different? Well, these aren't just toys. They're beautifully designed tools backed by experts to help us stay connected to our bodies and maintain a healthy, vibrant sex life at any age. And here's something special just for you. You can get 10% off with the code Carey10 at checkout. Just click the link in my description box below because, well, let's be honest, when it comes to intimacy, it's often a case of use it or lose it. And one more thing, while it's important to know what you want, stay open to surprises. Sometimes the best people aren't the ones who fit neatly into your little box you've created, but the ones who bring qualities you didn't even realize you needed in your life. This one is big, so lean in a little bit here. Your past is part of your story, but it doesn't have to be the opening line. When you're dating again, it's tempting to unload all of your baggage up front. You've been through a lot, maybe heartbreak, loss, or even betrayal, and it's natural to want to be understood. But a first date isn't therapy. No one wants to hear about your ex's bad habits, your custody battle, or your feelings about your former in-laws over appetizers. Instead, focus on the present and the future. Share the lessons you've learned, yeah, but don't dwell on the pain part. People are drawn to optimism and resilience, and definitely not bitterness or regret. So remember, you're not looking for somebody to fix you, you're looking for somebody to grow with. Just because you feel a spark with someone doesn't mean you've found the one. Chemistry is exciting. It's butterflies and giggles and texting back way too quickly. But compatibility is what keeps a relationship strong. So don't rush into a relationship just because it feels so good at the beginning or in the moment. Take your time to get to know a person and ask meaningful questions. Learn about their values and how they treat people and what their relationships are like with their family. And while you're at it, don't ignore those red flags just because you're excited to be dating again. If they're rude to the waitstaff, talk over you, or text their ex during dinner, those aren't quirks. Those are warning signs. Those are red flags. So listen to your gut. Not everyone you're interested in is going to be interested in you, and that's okay. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth. It's just part of the process. Think of dating like shopping for shoes. Sometimes the first pair you try on doesn't fit. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with your feet. It just means you haven't found the right pair yet. When rejection happens, brush it off and move forward. The right person won't need convincing to be in your life. Let's not forget why you're doing this. Dating is supposed to be fun. Yeah, it can feel awkward or even stressful at times, but at its core, it's an opportunity to meet new people, have new experiences, and maybe even surprise yourself a little bit. Not every date is going to be amazing, and that's okay too. Treat it as a chance to learn something about yourself, about what you want, even what you don't want. And when things get weird or awkward, laugh it off. Humor keeps the process light and enjoyable, even when it doesn't go as planned. If you approach dating with curiosity and an open mind, you might find that it's not just a means to an end, it's an adventure in its own right. Starting over in the dating world can feel overwhelming, but it's also a chance to build something better. A relationship that truly works for who you are now, the new you, where you are in this moment. So take your time and trust yourself and just enjoy the process. You've got this. I hope you found this helpful or interesting. If you did, you might want to check out this episode on whether or not you're too set in your ways to date. Well, wait. Before you go, give my mom her thumbs up. She said if we don't hit 200 likes, I'm grounded. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Seriously, it's only one click and there's no Allen wrench required. I need it. I appreciate you being here today. And until next time, have a good one.